Hello, everyone. Mr. Benjamin James Roberts, the young podcaster. I know I've been gone for a while. It's just I've been busy with work here and there. You get it. But I did say I would make a video, and that I promised. So, we're gonna be talking about what's been going on recently and what could or could not happen. So strap in, folks, because we got more news for you. Zohar Mamdani recently said that he wanted to have the people of New York and the police arrest the Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, or something. I cannot spell his name. However, due to him only being the mayor of New York City and having limited political power, and thankfully not being the president of the United States, Mr. Zohar Mamdani could not arrest Mr. Benjamin Netanyahu. Why was he going to do that? Well, because Zohar Mamdani is both a communist and a third worlder from, last time I checked, from Uganda. And communists hate Jews, of course. The reason why Benjamin Netanyahu was coming to America was to have a meeting with the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. And speaking of foreign affairs, the Vice President, J.D. Vance, recently made it loud and clear that illegal immigration is wrong. Specifically, what's been going on with Spain, as the Prime Minister of Spain says that immigration isn't much of a problem. However, J.D. Vance proved that very, and I mean very wrong. Also, regarding political stuff, the race for who should become the senator or governor, whatnot, of Michigan has been happening between two major candidates, both from the Democratic Party. The lady, I don't know her name, she's a part of the Democrats. The other one, however, I do know. What's his name? Abdul El-Sayed. A man who does not care about anyone. He rather cares about the third worldists, and he is basically a terrorist supporter. He also said that Miss Obama's affairs regarding children were not a great idea. So, if Abdullah El-Sayed were to become senator of the state of Michigan, I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, Michigan's not the most, how do I put it this way, conservative state, but it's not the most democratic state like California or New York and whatnot. But if Abdullah El-Sayed were to become senator of Michigan, he would become more, how do I put it this way, easier to control, or at least easier to beat when it comes to the race between Democrats and Republicans, if you know what I mean. On the topic of Democrats, a few weeks back in July, Canadian smoke fires were covering the Midwestern states, especially in the state of Michigan, where air pollution was at an all-time high. People were dying here and there, and there was talk about lettuce giving people not a great sensation of diarrhea. My grandma being one of them, of course. I hope she's in the hospital, unfortunately, because of the whole lettuce thing. I don't know what's been going on with the whole lettuce, but something tells me it's not going great either way. Also, I should have mentioned this a few weeks back in my first video. I should have mentioned that for the past few months, a movie came out called Citizen, Vigilante. The story about this man who's been hunting down third worldists who harm, murder, and rape innocent lives. And in his movie, he killed a few third worlders, especially a man who went with a gang of other third worlders who raped a young lady. for no reason but because they want to, and third worldists are evil, or at least a majority of them. On the topic of the third world, Iran is still getting bombarded by the United States. And recently, a few American soldiers in this war, or I don't know what you call it, a war, or, some soldiers were recently killed in the field of duty. President Trump decided to instead, instead of Joe Biden or Kamala Harris just saying, "Oh, I care more about the third worlders," President Trump decided to go to the memorial for these fallen brave soldiers, and like any true American, he saluted and honored those fallen soldiers. This is why I like Trump. He actually cares about the American people, unlike either both sleepy Joe Biden, who has the mind of a 5-year-old, and Kamala Harris, who's a communist wannabe. Oh, speaking of Kamala Harris, I don't know if this news is true or not, but there's been talk about her wanting to be the Democratic candidate for the 2028 presidential race. Yeah, if she lost the first time, I sincerely doubt she's gonna win the second time in the 2028 race for presidency. I see more. There's only 2 candidates for the Republican Party for the 2028 race: Marco Rubio and JD Vance. Sounds like perfect candidates for the Republican side. And let me see if there's any more news. As I was saying about Citizen Vigilante, the movie was banned in many European countries, or a few countries. I don't know which ones. All I know, it was banned in the country of Germany for reasons I do not know, other than leftist Democrats don't want people finding out the hard, cold truth, even though it's pretty obvious by this point. Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you listened and enjoyed, or at least listened to other podcasters on world news. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I will catch you in the next video. Goodbye, folks.